All right, so finally back from my week-long vacation. If you followed my vlog, you'll have seen all my vacation stuff, and hopefully you like my weird Disneyland video of me and the cube. It's cheesy, I get it, but today we got an unboxing, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so this first puzzle here I have is the Z Barrel Cube. It is the latest 3x3 barrel cube to hit the market. I believe the release date is the 6th of December of 2017, so it's again fairly new puzzle. Overall, I like this puzzle. I would actually prefer that it be more rounded off. I'm not a fan of these, kind of these squared off edges here, but again, it is a barrel puzzle, so we'll get to go ahead and break into this. The product weight is 63.9 grams, so not the lightest puzzle on the market, but also not the heaviest. And from the feel of it, it feels very flimsy. So I'm not sure how it's going to feel when I go into first turns. So the puzzle isn't very vibrant. Like most puzzles like this, I'm not really a fan of these darker colors. I love the really vibrant puzzles that have very neon-y colors. The green's very neon, the orange is very neon, but the blue is very dull. So is the red. And the yellow is not the color of yellow I like. I like the very neon yellow. This is very mustard. So again, from color preference, this is not one I like, but it is stickerless, so there's one up on that. So let's go ahead and get into first turns. So as far as first turns are concerned, it's very sandpapery. It feels like it's got a lot of friction in between the puzzle here. Also, when I make these turns right here, these pieces tend to want to lock in place like that. So to make a rotation, this puzzle does not feel like it corner cuts well. So if I were to do, well, actually, no, it does. So if this puzzle is askewed and I make a turn like that, it does correct itself. So I stand corrected. Oh, and that piece just fell out. So there you have that. Let's go ahead and get that back into place, if it does. Alright, so this puzzle was actually really hard to get back together. It seemed like every time I tried to turn a piece, another piece would fall out, so getting it back together was a little bit of a task. This puzzle gets very low rating on my review because I barely corner cutted this thing and it just popped pieces out. Overall, this puzzle only costs $5.99, so I can't say that it's up there in quality, but let's go ahead and get the first turns. Again, without it popping this time. So again, it's very sandpapery. Now that I'm aware of the corner cutting issue, I'm going to make sure that this puzzle is very aligned when I make a turn. So when I'm trying to do these side turns, I gotta be more gentle. I have a tendency to grab the cube like this, and it does take it out of place. And these pieces, now that I know, pop. So I would highly recommend when you're aligning these puzzles to keep everything completely in line and make the turns accordingly, very slowly and very precise. So solving this is going to be a lot slower. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and give this puzzle probably like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not the worst, not the greatest, but for $5.99, I guess you really can't go wrong. But scrambling this thing up, I don't mind scrambling it up because this is going to be very easy to solve. The beauty of this puzzle is that all the corners are already in the proper placement and orientation, so there's no need to counter rotate those things. So this puzzle is going to solve just like a 3x3. It's not really improving. I don't think Lube is going to improve it because of all the issues of the pieces popping out. So I think this puzzle as is about as good as it's going to get. So yeah. So the Z Barrel Cube, I'm not sure if that's related to the Z Floppy that I have. And again, the Z Floppy is not something I'm very impressed with. The reviews, it looks like, are pretty good. I'm looking at the 2 top cubes right now. And it says, 5-star great, this is an amazing cube. The next one is pretty good, 4 stars. Again, I wouldn't rate it that way, but maybe after I play with it for a while and warm it up, maybe it does get better. But for now, I give it a 2.5 stars out of 5. Alright, so based on popular demand, I went ahead and got this Yuxin, I believe it's Yuxin or Yuxin, Little Magic 3x3 budget cube. It looks like it's the one of the newest 3x3 budget puzzles. It's $4.99 off of the Cubicle, and the sticker right here is already kind of peeling, so yeah, you can tell it's fairly budget. These stickers aren't aligned at all. These look like they're already kind of along the edge here, so I might have to re-sticker this puzzle. Yeah, this one's not even stuck on centered wise. It's actually overlapped, so I have a feeling that as I turn this puzzle, these are all going to be an issue. The overall quality is very disappointing as far as the sticker placement. It looks like this thing was, especially the green, it looks like it was stuck on with the machine, and the machine was just off a fraction of an inch. And I already know that when I do these turns, yeah, you can already see like the sticker right there already grabs. So I'm for sure 100% going to have to re-sticker this puzzle. So kind of going into the specs, this is a 71.8 gram puzzle. You know, it's got the Moyu Chi color scheme, which I can see, but I actually don't agree with, because this is a little bit different of an orange. The red is kind of right there with it, but you know, all the colors are fairly neon, so I'm not necessarily against that. I don't like stickered for a puzzle. I guess I'm gonna go with it. But it is a budget puzzle, and it's allegedly a speed cube, so let's go ahead and get into the first turns. So I'm actually not gonna lie, this puzzle is remarkably fast, so you know. Yeah. So I'm actually planning on doing a side-by-side review of this one, the Chi Warrior W, as well as the MF3RS. So I'll kind of get more into that later. But as far as my initial reactions, this actually is really a remarkable puzzle. I would actually recommend this. It feels very budget, but it opens up well. So, but I actually have a feeling that these pieces are going to come out pretty easily. It just feels like it. Yeah, there you go. So, as far as a budget puzzle goes, I mean, it's good. It's really loose. I mean, it's extremely loose. So I would say it doesn't need any lube. It's extremely fluid, and again, it reacts really well. As far as corner cutting goes, I mean, there's no question in my mind it corner cuts well. But I mean, again, these puzzle pieces, these pieces in the center here, pop out. So I mean, it's gonna corner cut well. But if you were speed solving this, I don't think I would necessarily rely on the corner cutting, because I feel like if you're going for time, you're gonna pop these pieces out. I can already feel it. So I have to be very gentle when I do the corner cutting. So I'm probably gonna try to go for more complete turns. Like if I'm gonna be doing that, I'm gonna like do full. I'm gonna do full turns as opposed to like, kind of like the half turns where I'm gonna be relying on that. See, it wants the corner cut, but it also wants to pop. So I would probably assist it with my other index finger here. So overall, I would say as far as being a speed puzzle, this puzzle gets, a 5 out of 5 as far as it being like a speed puzzle. This puzzle's fast out of the box. It's $4.99, so you really can't complain with that. But as far as a quality puzzle, I would give it, a 3.5. The quality is kind of there. Again, I like the separate. It's incredible how loose this puzzle is, and it makes for a good corner cutting puzzle. But again, the same problem I have with that, and I'm sure I can tighten the tensions up, and I'm probably going to do that after the video, is tighten up this puzzle, make it a little bit more tight, because again, these little edge pieces here are now popping out of place, just kind of like the barrel puzzle, where I was having the piece pop out when I corner cutted. I'm having the same problem here. So there you have it. The Yuxin or Uxin Little Magic 3x3. All right, the next two puzzles I have are these 1x1x1s. The Pyraminx little pyramid 1x1x1 and the 1x1x1 cube. I just wanted this. This is just kind of fun to me. Obviously, there's nothing to solve here. Watch. Oh, speed solving here with these 1x1s. Very incredible, but just fun to have. They're stickered. Doesn't make a difference because I'm not doing any rotations. They can't pop. They can't lock. But they actually feel very quality. Like this one's a very quality puzzle. It's very heavy, so it's weighted very well. So I don't feel like it's gonna break or it's very flimsy or hollow. It's a solid piece of plastic. This one feels a little bit more hollowed out, but I'm not sure if it's just because it's so light, but I liked it. So cool, I'm glad I got them. Added to my collection. I don't think they count as puzzles, but you know, sure, why not? All right, so last but not least, I have the GAN's 249 V2M. So this is the version 2. It's the magnetized version of the GAN's 249. So I've actually been looking forward to this. I've been looking for a new 2x2 to really believe in, and I hope this is it. Like, again, it's magnetized. It feels a little bit more sturdy and heavier. And this thing weighs, 5.9 grams. This thing was $17.99, so it's definitely not a budget 2x2. So I'm hoping it's something I can really fall in love with. So as you know, I love stickerless puzzles, and this is stickerless, unlike the other GAN's puzzles I have. They do have stickers on it. This one is stickerless. I love stickerless puzzles because I can't snag the puzzles. This looks like it has the scratch-proof coating on it, so it doesn't look like it's going to be scratching at all. And the GAN's logo is stickerless, unlike the 3x3, which has a stickered logo, which I've already been peeling at by accident, but this you can't peel at. So let's go into first turns. So I already feel that magnetic bump. It's not as defined as I'd like. It's definitely there, but I don't feel like it's gonna make a difference. Naturally, it corner cuts well. It's 50%, yeah, halfway, over halfway, and it kind of gets, it definitely gets there. So I would say this thing corner cuts at the halfway mark. That magnetic bump does help it lock into place better, so I feel like it does pull. I like it. I don't necessarily enjoy the 2x2 as far as like a competitive puzzle, but it does have that honeycomb, as you can tell right there, that honeycomb, the inner pieces, for the friction. I can tighten the tensions with this tightening piece. It sounds like there is replacement pieces, which I need to go through the packaging because I just kind of ripped into this thing. As far as first turn goes, this thing is just remarkably smooth. Yeah, this is great. This is by far my new 2x2 main. I would not recommend using any other 2x2. This just feels comfortable. Like even like this, it's kind of got that honeycomb kind of grips it, so it feels a little bit more it feels like it's geared, but it's not. I just feel like I have more stabilization when I'm doing these turns. It feels more mature. I'm not sure if that's a good way to describe it. It feels good. So I'm gonna say that for me, I've heard mixed reviews on this. Like people are like, oh, don't waste your money on it. Honestly, if you want to get better at the 2x2, this is a good puzzle. It's stickerless. It feels great out of the box. Unlubed. I'm sure it's fairly lubed. Again, the puzzle it feels sturdier. It's very well made, and yeah, 5 out of 5. All means stickerless. 5 out of 5 right there. Overall feel, I got good grip on the puzzle pieces. It's stickerless. It rotates well, and the magnetization bump doesn't turn me off. So go get one. By far. That's all. Alright, so thanks for watching the video. I hope the video gave you some insights as to the puzzles that I used. I would say the big winner obviously is my GAN's 2x2, the GAN's 249 V2M magnetized cube. I love this puzzle. It's great. I'm going to be using this as my main for my 2x2 from this point on. The big losers of this unboxing was by far the barrel puzzle, the 3x3. It wasn't the cheapest puzzle because again the little magic puzzle, the 3x3, was even cheaper, but this puzzle was just very flimsy. So I'm not gonna return it because again it's a barrel puzzle and it's my first one. But I'm not impressed with it. It's very very poppy, and I'm sure I'll go into it in the future. I'm sure I'll give you an update video after I've kind of like when I did my unboxing of the 4 different puzzles. My initial unboxing was that it was lousy, but after warming it up, I actually really enjoy them, and they're my work mains. So with all that aside, I'm very pleased with this unboxing. 5 new puzzles. I'm really actually excited about the 1x1x1s. I should do just a funny video about that, or having like my daughter solve them. So again, now that I'm back, I'm gonna be getting back into a routine of getting more videos uploaded. I have some more tutorials in the pipeline. I have some more unboxings in the pipeline. I have some more comedy in the pipeline. And as always, I have to do that Q&A update video. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to go to the Q&A video. I'm gonna link it right here or right here. I guess you'll see. And feel free to ask your questions. I'll get those questions answered in about 5 days. So look for that video. But until next time, happy cubing.